Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides of life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP. Yeah, change your future, it starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you. Let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You tried lifting the lid. The enormous weight upon the lid is just too heavy. You tried banging on the lid to hopefully unsettle the dirt upon the lid. So maybe somebody might notice and start digging their way down towards you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help. You know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you were abusing drugs and alcohol that you would take something away that the Lord Jesus Christ gave you called life? And if that isn't selfish enough to take your own life away from you, how about taking a life away from the people that love and count on you most? People like your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your children, your grandchildren. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I just read about that went to their grave, didn't do anything about it, never, ever asked for help, and then at the end asked for help. Pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP. Or if you don't want to talk to me, you can text me at 631-599-0218. And together, you and I will work on helping you take back your life before your life is gone. Also, I want to bring up Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741 or www.odysseyconsultant.org. Larry and I always tell folks like you, doesn't matter where you've been, it doesn't matter where you came from. What matters is that you're here looking for help today. Together, Larry and I will help you go from your addiction to your recovery, from low self-esteem to higher self, from depression to happier times. But Larry has over 30 years experience that you can utilize. All you need to do is to call him at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at www.odysseyconsultant.org. How do you break the chains of addiction? Living a life with addiction is not living a full life. Those who lived with addiction had individual reasons for getting tied to that sort of life. But, let's fix this. There are ways to break free from the chains of addiction. Leaving addiction behind is like embracing a new life and a way of living. Rather than dwell on mistakes of the past, focus on ways to continue moving forward. Recognize high-risk situations. Living a life free of addiction is a healthier, but it doesn't mean there won't be bad moments or entire days that might not work out the way you'd like them to work out. However, if you recognize high-risk situations or when things seem more dismal than they really are, you can move forward without making poor choices. For example, when you're feeling angry or tired, maybe both at the same time, it's easy to paint the entire world around you as dark and gloomy. Yet, as you know, such emotions do not last, and immediate moods and events have a way of getting resolved. If you're feeling off for a brief period or even an entire day, be sure to recognize the root emotion and realize that emotion won't last forever. Remember, people, places, and things can be triggers. As noted, people who have unique reasons for having issues with addiction, and while many people are successful in returning to a healthier style of living, certain people, places, and things remain triggers. For example, though you are healthy, a particular person who is still using may be a trigger, whether they respect you or they're clean or not. Being around them, they may make you feel vulnerable, tempted, or depressed. Likewise, a certain park, home or area of city may have memories attached, and that could make you feel tempted or even sad. You don't have to completely avoid people, places, or things, but it is important that you recognize that there are triggers so you can stay in control of the situation at hand. Find new methods of reward, relaxation, and escape. Seek and reward. Relaxation or escape are broad reasons why people engage in addiction. Such as reasons alone are not unhealthy. It's human to seek those things. However, the negative repercussion associated to using drugs and alcohol outweighs the positives, especially considering there are alternatives out there. For example, a reward could be a dinner or buying yourself an article of clothing. You can relax by taking a walk in the park or reading a book. You can escape by listening to music or watching a movie. The difference in choosing healthy alternatives is that there are no associated negatives. Realize the reason for using was not wrong. It was the chosen means to those being utilized. In other words, the alcohol and drugs, that was the mistake. It's not that you want to reward yourself. Honesty is the best policy, folks. It sounds hokey, yet honesty, especially self-honesty, is the best policy for staying healthy. There is no shame in wanting to get better and overcome addiction. Those who are in the throes of addiction become regular liars and get so good at it that they even lie to themselves. Learn to be honest about your emotions, triggers, and times when you feel weak. Being honest is showing strength. Addicts have to lie because they are ashamed of the truth, which only leads to wanting to escape and using more. Learn to be honest and open to others, especially to the friends, family members, and counselors who want to see you succeed. There is no shame in being honest, folks. Honesty is a reflection of the truth, and the truth is never, ever wrong. Play the long game. As mentioned, some days will be worse than other days. Feeling up and down is common to all people, even those who had never had issues with addiction or ever entered any type of alcohol rehab clinics. Learn to play the long game. The longer you get from days of addiction, the stronger you become, and the easier it is to stay in the control of your emotions, actions, and ultimate course of life. When you feel frustrated, focus on how far you've come and the courage and the strength it took to get to your current state. Find strength in positive people and animals. Those who suffer with addiction are trying to fill a hole. As stated, it's normal to seek positive, whether it's reward, escape, out-of-type, relaxation. It's likely you learned about addiction through other people, whether it was friends who also used or were dealers. Similarly, learn good habits from positive people. They can be church leader, teacher, counselor, family member, friend, or even an animal. We have other ability to learn good and bad things from others, and it's equally as easy to learn how to be positive. Take note of people who you admire for their positivity and seek their companionship, especially during periods when you feel most weakest, which could be just about any time. And I just want to go over this real quick one more time with you because this was a quick segment, and there's something that I wanted to read right in the beginning of this. And the chains of addiction are not the easiest things to break. So it is quite important that you listen to this first paragraph because, it's an important paragraph, and I think it's worthy for me to read it again. Living a life with addiction is not living a full life. Those who lived with addiction had individual reasons for getting tied to that sort of life. But there are ways to break free. Leaving addiction behind is like embracing a new life and a way of living. Rather than dwell on mistakes of the past, focus on ways to continue moving forward. Recognize high-risk situations. Listen to this now. Living a life free of addiction is healthier, but it doesn't mean there won't be bad times, moments, sometimes for entire days. However, if you recognize high-risk situations, or when things seem more dismal than they really are, you can move forward without making poor choices. For example, when you're feeling angry or tired, maybe both at the same time, it's easy to paint the entire world around you as dark and gloomy. Yet, as you know, such emotions do not last, and immediate moods and events have a way of getting resolved. If you're feeling off for a brief period or even an entire day, be sure to recognize the root emotion and to realize that it won't ever last all day. Remember, people, places, and things can be triggers. Now listen to this part. As noted, people have unique reasons for having issues with addiction, and while many people are successful in returning to healthier style of living, certain people, places, and things remain triggers. For example, though you are healthy, a particular person who is still using may be a trigger. Whether they respect that you are clean or not, being around them may make you feel tempted or depressed. Likewise, a certain park, home, or area of city may have memories attached to them that make you feel tempted or sad. You don't have to completely avoid these people, places, or things, but it's important that you recognize that they are triggers so you can stay in control of that particular situation. Folks, it is so simple. The main thing is to surround yourself, if you're sober now, surround yourself with different people. Stay away from the bars and the clubs and people that are drinking or maybe even dealing. And with that, you need to reach out for God. I say it all the time about putting your slippers under the bed and then in the morning getting them and reaching out to God with a prayer. Well, God is 99% of your recovery. Without God, your recovery is not going to work. You can have me and Larry and thousands of other coaches. We are just crutches for you to lean on, but God is the main ingredient, because God will guide and direct you. Carrie Underwood sang a song, Jesus Take the Wheel, and God will take the wheel of your life, but you need to reach out to Him and say, God, I need your help. And when you do that, things will change, I promise you. I hope this segment was good, and I can't wait for the next one, and may God even bless you today and for the rest of your life. And if you reach out to Him, He always will do that.
Have you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. Will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. No prayer too small. God hears them all.
Yeah, change your future, it starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today. The show is over, but your life starts today. Taking back your life's the only way. Keep faith, stay positive, push through. Take back your life, it starts with you. Alcohol and drugs can't control your life. Let go of the negative and the strife. Ralf Friedrichs is the man guiding your way. The show is over, but your life starts today. Call Ralf Friedrichs at 1-844-405-HELP. That's 1-844-405-HELP. We hope you love the show today and tune in next time. Take back your life today show with Ralf Friedrichs.